It's Nolan. What's going on, y'all? It's the kid J Nolan here. Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Industry Podcast, your number one source for music and entertainment breakdowns and commentary. All right. Shout out to the insiders. I hope y'all are doing well. We're going to get into Beyonce today because just this morning, the announcement was made that the official country album is going to be called Cowboy Carter. All right. This is officially Act 2 out of 3 acts going into Beyonce's whole Renaissance rollout. And today we're going to go over all of the details that we currently know, which isn't a lot. I'm going to be honest with y'all, but there are some things that haven't been talked about on a wide scale that we're going to get into today because that's what we do over here and that's my business. All right. So hopefully y'all enjoy it. Get you a snack, get you a beverage or something. Come along for the ride because it's about to go down. All right. Let's get into it, y'all. So, number one, USA Today has a nice little thing here talking about everything we know so far about Cowboy Carter. All right. Now, of course, I just revealed the title. This is going wild on social media. It's not like I'm giving y'all any great reveal there. But again, this is the highly anticipated Act 2 album. Of course, we also know Beyonce debuted Texas Hold'em and 16 Carriages shortly thereafter during the Super Bowl, around halftime margin. Those songs are actually doing very well on the charts. Texas Hold'em is outperforming 16 Carriages. Is actually number one. You know what I'm saying? And it's been carrying ever since for the past month. The official date for the album release is going to be March 29th, if I'm not mistaken. The album is currently available for pre-order as well as merchandise on her official site. Some of those items include a limited edition CD, right? You also get a box set, which appears to include a t-shirt and a limited edition cover vinyl. All right. So that's what's on the table so far. There is some speculation that Beyonce may be covering Dolly Parton's Jolene on the album. Dolly Parton has come out and said something about that. We don't know if that's true. Could be false. It could be something that she demoed, and we don't know if it's going to actually end up on the final version of the album, but it's a concept that she's been talking about. It's something that she's been pulling for a while. Apparently, her and Beyonce have a relationship where they've sent texts back and forth and had conversations. But again, it is not confirmed that this cover or interpolation or whatever it is, sample could be, is going to be on the album. Okay. Beyond that, Dolly Parton has said, I would just love to hear Jolene done in a big way, kind of like how Whitney Houston did I Will Always Love You. Just someone that can take my little songs and make them like powerhouses. That would be a marvelous day in my life if Beyonce ever does do Jolene. So that is a direct quote from Miss Dolly Parton. She also congratulated Beyonce on her foray into country music, saying that she couldn't wait for Act 2. She says, we've kind of sent messages back and forth through the years, and she and her mother were like fans, and I was always touched that they were fans, and I always thought she was great. So we see the love and adoration coming from Miss Dolly Parton in Beyonce's direction. All right? Now, when we get to Texas Hold'em and 16 Carriages and the success on the Billboard charts thus far, within 2 days of their release, both songs garnered over 2 million views on YouTube. Within the first week, Texas Hold'em debuted at number 54 on the Billboard's Country Airplay chart. Both songs began leading country music playlists and charts on Apple Music and Spotify almost instantly. By the end of February, Texas Hold'em topped several Billboard charts, and Beyonce made history by becoming the first Black woman to reach number 1 on Billboard's Hot Country Songs chart with the song. Simultaneously, 16 Carriages hit number 9 on that same chart based on streaming, airplay, and sales. Now, when it comes to the personnel on this actual Act 2 Cowboy Carter album, who's going to be on there? We don't know all the features. We don't know none of the features, to be honest. We don't know the producers. I know that Hit Boy is on there for sure because he produced on Texas Hold'em and he came out and talked about that record. So let me go to Hit Boy and what he had to say. Unfortunately, it's not audio. This is all just text interviews that people have been doing. I don't know if Beyonce has some sort of, interview gag order where you could do press in print, but you can't go on camera and talk about the album because, of course, in those instances, you might reveal too much and it have to be edited. And sometimes people don't always have the power to edit out exactly what they want. So people have just been doing little interviews here and there. So we've got Hit Boy, and he says she would be the only person that would think to bring Hit Boy out on some country music, referring to Beyonce, right? So in Hit Boy's situation, apparently he sent, well, he didn't send nothing. Let me just go back. Okay. This song, Texas Hold'em, has been brewing for about 2 years. All right. So this lets you know how far back that Beyonce started on this country music process. She's been working on this for a minimum of 2 years. So when Act One was coming out or being recorded, all of this music is kind of being split into separate sessions and whatnot, but it seems as though all the music has been done this whole time. It was just a matter of when she felt comfortable, when she felt ready, when she was ready to approach and give the world what it is that she had been working on, right? Now, Hit Boy has worked on every solo Beyonce studio album since 2013 self-titled Beyonce, right? He recalls first hearing a kind of bare demo of Texas Hold'em, consisting primarily of guitar and drums, to which he added some background elements such as synthesizers. He said there's a texture, something that you might not even be paying attention to, but is adding flavor to it and bringing more emotion, right? He said Texas Hold'em remained in the vault before serving as an introduction to Beyonce's forthcoming Act 2, though Hit Boy wasn't even aware that this single was going to be dropping until 2 days prior. So he had no inclination that this song was dropping. He may not have even known what the final version sounded like, because we all know Beyonce is very private, very tight-lipped. She doesn't want nothing leaking to the people. So, boom. Now, how did Hit Boy find out that this song was finna drop? He received an email asking him to sign off on this joint called Texas Hold'em. He didn't even know that was the name of it. They was trying to tell me it was urgent without telling me it was urgent. Less than 48 hours later, the song was rising on the charts. And in its second tracking week, the song more than doubled its streams to 29 million, which was a 51% increase from the first week. It also earned 6.1 million radio airplay impressions, according to Luminate data, all resulting in that historic number one that I told y'all about before. Not only has Texas Hold'em made Beyonce the first black woman to top the Hot 100 with a country song, but it has also spurred massive streaming gains for other black women in country music. We're going to get to that in just a moment. Now, Hit Boy credits the track's authenticity for its instant success with global audiences. He says, my favorite part is the cadence. You can really feel her country roots when you listen to it. It's the melody and the movement. When you can get people to move, that's a real thing. Nonetheless, some people felt like that wasn't the case. Got some haters out there. There's some people that say Beyonce doesn't belong in country music. Some people are saying that this is more of pop country music or pop with country influence. All things withstanding, it's being accepted, all right? She's at the top of the country music charts. It's country, all right? While he's reluctant to reveal specific details about Act 2, Hit Boy does confirm, despite the genre pivot, Beyonce's album-making process remains unchanged. She picks out what she likes and places it where she wants to. She's a real producer. She has that vision from start to finish. So for people out there that may say, you know, there's been some speculation about what her involvement is on these songs as far as the songwriting, as far as the topic building, as far as the arrangement and things of that nature go. Hit Boy says she's a real producer, meaning that she is the one that's coming in quarterbacking the situation with the ideas. Some song ideas are given to her, but she has the vision for how she wants to construct it, how it should sound, the vocal production on it. She comes in and makes sure everything is done right. So for those of y'all that may feel like Beyonce doesn't write songs, there is a process between taking a song from demo to the final version we hear, and not just the engineers. I'm talking about, let's say a songwriter because a lot of these songwriters sometimes can't even sing. A lot of them can, but some of them have no vocal talent, right? They just know how to put words and cadences together, and real singers go. You know what I mean? So that's a skill, because not every singer is able to take a bare idea from an untalented vocalist and translate it, because you're not getting, like, where's the direction? Like, I hear what you're doing, but I gotta see it. I gotta make it make sense for me to go in the booth and lay it down. So Beyonce does have that talent, which is also a form, not necessarily of songwriting, but of a form of song building. All right. Just for the naysayers out there. And Beyonce, for those that want to go into the business side of everything, you may feel like, hey, she's not perfect. No one is. And hopefully the people that are producing and writing on this project are being fairly compensated, because this is gonna be a massive album. It's gonna be a lot of money made. People deserve to get paid. It doesn't even fucking matter. You know what I mean? So we know Hit Boy is involved. Now there's also some country music artists that are also going to be featured in the background. We don't know of any vocalists, but we do know of some instrumentalists that will be on the album, okay? So according to the credits for singles, Beyonce features many different black musicians on the album, namely those who've been notable in the country music world. The single Texas Hold'em features Rihanna Gains on the banjo and viola, right? So we know that. I spoke about her the first time when the first two singles dropped. 16 Carriages features Robert Randolph on steel guitar along with Justin Shipper. Fans have also believed that Dwayne Dopsey helped record a song after he mentioned possibly putting a Zydeco twist on one of Queen Bee's tunes in a since deleted social media post. Now, I don't know who all of these country music musicians are, but these are all black people that have been working in the country music industry for years. So Dopsey is the accordionist and vocalist for a New Orleans-based band called Zydeco. Okay, they originated in Southwest Louisiana by French Creole speakers. This music genre is a mix of rhythm and blues, and music indigenous to the Louisiana Creoles and Native American people of Louisiana. All right, so people are speculating that she may have recorded this album in her hometown of Houston, Texas, Louisiana, and throughout areas in Nashville. All right. So that's some of what we got information-wise on this Beyonce Cowboy Carter album. But we also have to talk about the gains that some of these fellow country music artists of, of melanated skin, because the gains have been great. People didn't understand just how much publicity she was actually putting, the spotlight she was actually putting on the country music genre, opening people's palette, opening people's eyes to other black artists that are already within the space. But they've been actually getting a lot of traction since Beyonce went over to this new genre, all right? So, number one, Tana Riddell, who's a young black female artist in the country music scene. She's been having kind of a mixed time, right? She saw major gains on the back of Beyonce transitioning into country music. However, being that she is an artist that was mixed up in the Universal Music, removing music from TikTok situation, she's not signed to Universal Music, but she has a publishing contract through Universal Music, which means that all of the publishing people that work with Universal are also being affected, and their music was removed also. So she's not been able to promote her songs on TikTok for the last few weeks. I meant to talk about this in another video, but since we're here, we're going to mention it. But going into the positives, right? She did score a few minor hits such as Buckle Bunny and Love You a Little Bit. She experienced a 188% increase in streaming activity from the period of February 9th to February 12th. All right. So she had about 230,000 official on-demand streams the first few days after Beyonce came and did what she did. February 16th through 19th, she gained an additional 670,000 streams, right? So Her shit started flying off the shelf, basically. People just was like, oh, we here for this black country music stuff. Let me see what else we got in here. And she was one of the beneficiaries. Raina Roberts, perhaps best known for 2020 Stomping Grounds, she collected around 200,000 official on-demand streams during the period of February 16th through 19th, which was a 250% increase from the 57,000 streams that she had during February 9th through 12th. Not to mention Miss K. Michelle. People tried to ask K. Michelle what she thought of Beyonce's foray into country music as if she was going to hate. She said she loved it. And she also seen some good traction, right? So of course she's prepping her long-awaited debut country album that people have been waiting for a while. I think she just released a new single the other day. But of course she has released some standalone country songs, including Tennessee from her previous album, I'm the Problem. The track garnered around 32,000 official on-demand streams during the period of February 9th through 15th, which was a massive 185% increase from the week prior. She only had about 11,000 streams from February 2nd to the 8th, right? So we're seeing the effects. So we're going to keep going, okay? Now, of course, Rihanna Gains, who was actually, we mentioned, she was a part of Texas Hold'em. During the period of February 16th through 19th, her catalog collected over 108,000 official on-demand streams, which was a 50% rise from the 73,000 that she experienced the prior week, right? So she's getting some kickback on her entire catalog. You know what I'm saying? So that's dope, because that means that people are going back and listening to multiple records, getting familiar with her music. So as black people, this is a great win. You know what I mean? Because a lot of this stuff came from us anyway. These genres of music, you know, depending on who you ask, they say all music kind of originated with us and everybody kind of adapted. I don't know how accurate that is, but I'm gonna take the credit for it any goddamn way. That's what we do. But but yeah, this is a huge deal. You know what I'm saying? Who else? There's some other people on this list that I'm trying to get to, right? So there's also interesting. So they say in the visualizer for Texas Hold'em, Beyonce had her hair in a cross between a beehive and a low ponytail, which was a style often sported by country music legend Linda Martel, the first black woman to play the Grand Ole Opry. So we're getting into some historical stuff here, stuff that most of us, including myself, didn't really know about. But I do know about the Grand Ole Opry out there in Nashville. I was able to see it one time when I went out there. I didn't go inside of it, but I was at the Opry Mall, which is right there. And one of my homies who actually invited me to the city, you know, he kind of gave me a rundown about the history of the Grand Ole Opry and all the good old boys and all that good stuff out there in Nashville and the country music scene. So I'm a little bit familiar with what's going on out there, but not entirely. During the period of February 16th through 19th, Martel's catalog received just over 12,000 official on-demand streams, making that a 275% increase from 3,000 streams. And although these numbers are not massive, you got to understand some of these artists' music is just kind of sitting dormant. It's not getting the recognition that it may deserve. And just because Beyonce jumped into this genre, people are opening up and checking out other artists in the space. So it's a win nonetheless. That's royalties, and it's more ears, more people just appreciating these people for who they are, right? They say Martel's debut album, Color Me Country, provided the name of Reese Palmer's Apple Music Country Music Radio show. Palmer, whose Country Girl 2007 single made her the first black woman to hit the hot country song since Donna Mason in 1987. She also earned an additional 5,000 on-demand streams across her discography, which is a 110% increase for those that she amassed the previous week. So an album from 1987 even saw brand new life just because Beyonce came into the space, right? So the hate must die. Now again, Cowboy Carter will be released on March 29th. We don't know if there's going to be any more singles that get released before, or if she's saving the load until after the album is released. We don't know if there's going to be actual music videos that come around this time. Perhaps Beyonce is still holding off on all of those visuals until the entire Act 3 saga is complete. It's going to be interesting. I don't have all the answers. Neither does Sway. But I would love to get your thoughts, your opinions down below in the comments. Be sure to like and share this video. If this is your first time seeing me on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Hit the post notification bell for all updates. Shout out to everybody that came through yesterday, man. We were sitting at 9,999 subscribers as of right now at the time of shooting this video. Let me go here. We are at 10,031 subscribers on the channel. So we've now crushed that first milestone. Next up is 20K. Of course, 15 is there, but we really want to double. We really want to like just ramp up and keep going and keep growing. So I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate everyone that tunes in. All my insiders, y'all made this happen. And definitely, we're going to keep going strong and providing information for the people. All right. Much love and respect. I will see y'all on the next one. Y'all be safe out there and stay tuned for more content. All right. Peace.
King of my city and cul-de-sac. Coming out swinging like soldier rags. Leading my people like quarterback. Boy, I study this shit, I'm an almanac. Had to get up and grind. Knowledge is booming, I'm here to apply. Came with the chip and the dip, it just single the mind. We finna do more than survive. I need my check. Spinning the block for the gouda. We hitting the jeweler to flood out the net. We don't do beef on computers, I'm straight out the sewer. We come when you rest. Niggas be looking perplexed, so keeping my foot on their neck. No map, I trust my gut for the quest. With drama, I'm fully abreast. I was ready for years and they doubted me. All of a sudden they tell me they proud of me. I've been dropping these haters like calories. First I'm out, I came back with some batteries. Stand for my honor, but too raw, no corner. Packing the stick with a drummer. Wanna catch my bad, won't fumble. I done came too far to be humble.